And as friends, we thank you, God, for their gifts of loyalty and kindness that they share with us, and for their models of service and dedication that they have been as we ourselves struggle to grow alongside them into adulthood. Oh God, you sustain us all at every moment. And as we work and weep and worry, you are there. And you are there when we rejoice and celebrate. Come, Holy Spirit. You have inspired us with your creativity and strengthened us to pour into the lives and minds of young people. And for these and all the other blessings of our life, we are grateful. Amen.
God of every nation, every race and creed, Lord of every creature, every budding seed, friend of every rising, foe of every wrong, Father, Son, Great Spirit, listen to our song. So with thankful hearts we worship and adore thee, Father, Son, Great Spirit, Holy Trinity. Amen.
Good morning. My name is Morgan Penny, and I am a senior majoring in criminal justice and a proud member of the St. Augustine's University Honors College. It is my privilege to be here today for this fall honors convocation. Shout out to the class of 2020. Sorry, excuse me. Many of us are far away from our homes and families, and we are forced to depend on and to build upon foundations that are, we are forced to depend on and build relationships with people who we have only known for a short while. Some of us are required to work off campus to ensure that we have the required funds to make a living and help our families meet ends meet back home, all while juggling a full course load. We are making choices every day in our late teens and early 20s that will impact our future forever. But what is more challenging than being a college student is being a successful college student. A student who handles the various aspects of college life and still manages to make good grades. Today, the St. Augustine's University family pauses its daily operations to recognize us for being the best our society has to offer. Today, our university salutes us for our hard work, dedication, determination, and academic excellence. Those long hours of studying and all those sacrifices you have made over the last year have paid off. As I walk around campus, I often see my classmates and friends, but I also see future leaders and professionals. I see individuals who have overcome many obstacles that have strengthened them and allowed them to grow into the excellent students they are today. I see Falcons flying forward success, but we cannot stop here. We have more work to do in our classrooms, in our communities, and in our careers. Let the recognition and the honors you receive today push you to even higher heights. I am proud of every single one of you, and today I am proud to be an SAU Falcon. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Brianna Dorway, a presidential and honors college scholar and a junior business administration major, and this morning I will be introducing attorney Jocelyn Mitnaw-Millette. Jocelyn Mitnaw-Millette is a partner in the Raleigh office of McGuire Woods LLP, an international full-service law firm. Jocelyn is a trial lawyer handling a broad array of matters including medical malpractice defense, product liability, toxic torts, mass torts, and fire and explosion. After graduating from the Air Force Academy, Jocelyn served for 10 years in the United States Air Force. First, she served as a diversity recruiter for the Air Force Academy. Then she served as an intelligence officer, briefing Air Force pilots in South Carolina and in Germany. In 2011, Jocelyn was the sole recipient of the Air Force's Law School Scholarship. As a student at the University of North Carolina School of Law, she was the vice president of the Black Law Students Association and the president of the Brown National Trial Team. After graduation, Jocelyn served as a prosecutor and general practice attorney in the Air Force Judge Advocate General's Corps at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base in Goldsboro, North Carolina. After her service of the North Carolina Association of Black Lawyers. Governor Roy Cooper recently appointed Jocelyn to serve as a commissioner on the North Carolina Real Estate Commission. She also currently serves as the chair of the chair of the advisory board of the Southeast Raleigh YMCA, and on the council of the North Carolina Bar Association's Military and Veterans Law section. She volunteers in the community through her membership in the Junior League of Raleigh and served as its parliamentarian during the 2021-2022 league year. For these and other contributions to her professional and personal communities, Jocelyn was named to the National Bar Association's 40 Under 40 Nation's Best Advocates list. She is married to Harold A. Millette, who is an architect at Gensler, and she is the proud mother of Harold Henry and Everly Elizabeth, who are hilarious and lively toddlers. Falcons, please join me in welcoming attorney Jocelyn Mitnaw-Millette.
Right, good morning, Falcon family. Thank you, Brianna, for that beautiful introduction, and thank you to the whole St. Augustine's University community for welcoming me here today. As someone who married into a family with 3 generations of Falcons, whether professors, students, or deans, I can tell you that Falcon pride runs deep in our household. I know how special this university is, and I'm deeply honored to have been asked to speak today at this honors convocation. Speaking of being asked to come before you today, for those of you who know Reverend Hershey, you will know this to be true. She's pretty hard to say no to. Even your most polite, no thank you, Reverend Hershey, is hard to utter sometimes. But it's even harder if you happen to marry her little this school year and on making the dean's list or the president's list. You all should be very proud of yourselves and everything you've accomplished so far. I know that each one of you has overcome challenges, and I don't know all of you personally, and I'm sure you've overcome challenges that I can't imagine, but because you are sitting here in this historic chapel today, I know that there are a few challenges you've overcome. You all were admitted to St. Augustine's University. You've adjusted to life away from home and are probably still continuing to adjust. You've worked hard to be at the top of your classes here. You may have overcome a fear of physically showing up for class based on what you've seen happening on campuses across America. You may have overcome the end of a relationship. High school in 2020? Whew. And for the seniors in the audience this morning, where y'all at? Y'all were freshmen in college when like the actual lockdown happened in March of 2020. And for the seniors, y'all have completed more college courses during the COVID pandemic than any class. So the resilience and perseverance that you've already displayed will serve as great training for the challenges that you will inevitably face in your careers and in your lives. Now, these may come in challenges in the form of your race, because of your race, or your age, your ethnicity, your sex, your socioeconomic background, or any combination of those factors. So I want to talk to you briefly this morning about overcoming challenges, which is something that I've come to know well in my own life. There have been many times when I've been the only, or the first, or one of the few in a particular space. Whether it was being the only woman in a room full of military men telling crude jokes, whether it was being the only black person in a courtroom who wasn't a defendant, or whether it was being the only mother of young kids in a boardroom, and I didn't realize there was spit up on my blazer until I sat down in that boardroom. And as Dr. Anna Julia Cooper said about being a black woman, and keep in mind, she would have said this over 100 years ago, she is confronted by both a woman question and a race problem. Some of you may have experienced being a first or an only or one of few, and you'll likely go on to experience that again as you accomplish. Tell my husband that I refer to it as my college days, because every time I say that, he says to me, "Oh, you ain't go to college." And I'll tell you a little bit about why he says that. So my college experience started with 6 weeks of basic cadet training. Not a warm and inviting orientation like you all probably had here at St. Augustine's University. When I stepped foot on campus at the Air Force Academy almost 20 years ago, which I still remember vividly because it was so traumatic, they marched us in single file lines where we were abruptly stopped and given 2 vaccines simultaneously, one in each arm, and then the men split off to get their heads shaved, and the women split off, and they pulled our hair back into a ponytail and cut it off. And that was just the first hour on my college campus. We marched to breakfast at 6 a.m. every weekday morning. Most Friday evenings were spent cleaning our dorm rooms and preparing for our Saturday morning room inspections. We had to live on campus all 4 years. We couldn't wear civilian clothes as freshmen, so we were always in some type of uniform. And yes, there are military-issued pajamas. There were no trash cans or benches on my campus. No trash cans because we weren't allowed to walk while eating and drinking. So we had no use for trash cans. And no benches because idle time was frowned upon. So there were no benches. Isn't St. Augustine's University a beautiful campus? I passed the trash can on my way in here today, okay? So y'all see why my husband says I ain't go to college? And that's why. So if this regimented military environment itself wasn't enough of a challenge, I was one of 9 black women in my graduating class of 976. And after 10 years in the Air Force, I clerked on the North Carolina Supreme Court and then went to work at an international law firm where I still work today. Now, diversity and inclusion are part of my firm's core values, and my firm has made incredible strides in the 5 years that I've been there. But there is still so much work to be done to further diversity, equity, and inclusion, especially in the legal profession as a whole. African Americans make up more than 1/8 of the U.S. population, but we are just 5% of the attorneys and less than 4% of law firm partners. Numbers that have barely budged since at least 2007. So that's my little pitch for y'all to consider going to law school. Morgan, you said you were a criminal justice major. Where are you? Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you afterwards. Okay. But I'm not talking about these numbers and statistics just to keep track. I actually feel these numbers in my lived experiences. And while I can give you countless anecdotes, I will share just one. As a special assistant United States attorney, I walked into a federal courtroom one morning in a full business suit, and I actually had my badge on my hip. And the Jocelyn Mitnall on behalf of the United States. And then I just gave a slow grin to that raggedy defense attorney who had thought I was the defendant's wife. So I share this story as an example of how you cannot be crippled by fear of the unknown, the fear of being the first or the only, the fear of experiencing microaggressions. Those things are going to happen. And so what if no one ever has done the thing that you want to do? One of my favorite quotations by the gifted filmmaker Ava DuVernay is, "Ignore the glass ceiling and do your work." So surrounding myself with excellent mentors and sponsors was a key part of overcoming the challenges that I faced both professionally and personally. But I've also always felt called to act as a mentor for those who will follow me in these spaces, and the hope that when they get to this position in their careers, they will feel prepared and confident, and someday I hope you all don't have to be one of the few, the first, or an only. Let me also just add that I believe it's important to have mentors who look like you and who can relate to your experiences, but I also think it's equally important to have mentors who don't look like you. Because let's be real, we don't yet have a seat at every table. So it's important to have mentors who do have seats at those tables, who are saying your name and singing your praises when you are not present. My mentors also have coached me through the art of speaking up on behalf of myself and others. I know that's probably unsurprising advice coming from a lawyer, but when I say the art of speaking up, I mean the when and the how. Because y'all know I wanted to cuss out old buddy who thought I was a defendant's wife, okay? Just because I was the only black woman in that courtroom, but I knew I couldn't do that, okay? So there's an art to speaking up. There's a when and a how. But I've always been open in talking about my life experiences and sleep disorder. I have narcolepsy. And no, I'm not about to fall asleep and faceplant on the pulpit. That's just Hollywood's dramatic depiction of narcolepsy, but I do struggle with physical fatigue. And as a result, I work a certain schedule and sleep schedule to accommodate it. Now, ironically, one of the things that helped me discover just how resilient I could be was the pandemic. And several of you probably had that realization as well. So when the pandemic began and everyone started working remotely, for the first time, I was able to take a few risks that I normally wouldn't have and flex my schedule without the worry of falling asleep on the road or at a critical point in my day. If I had to stay up until 1 a.m. to finish a brief, I could do that because I knew I could sleep in until about 9:30 or 10 when my then one-year-old would wake me up. I felt freer to approach things differently and to see what works when circumstances required change. I learned I don't have to let a schedule control me and dictate my workday. So now I know myself better, my limits, my strengths, and how to leverage them to adapt. And when we push ourselves to try new things and overcome challenges, we find out how strong we truly are. And in most cases, we're a lot stronger than we thought. So whatever challenge you may face in the future, I encourage you to be creative and allow yourself to carve out a path that works for you, and you'll find freedom in doing so. I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and I want you to keep going. Don't get distracted by things or people or relationships that will divert you from your course. Silence that destructive voice that creeps into your mind so you can hear God's voice more clearly. Filter out the negative people from your inner circle. Not everyone can join you on this next phase in life, and that's okay. My brother-in-law, Rob Stevens, aka husband of Reverend Hershey, or like he likes to refer himself as the first gentleman of the chapel, he once told me that one of his high school teachers told him, if you leave high school with one real friend, you've done something special. So to you all I say, if you leave St. Augustine's University with one real friend, you've done something special. So find your tribe and invest in them. I'll close today by once again congratulating you on everything you've accomplished. I have the utmost confidence that your experience at St. Augustine's University will empower you to continue to accomplish incredible things.
assurance Jesus is. Oh, he is mine. Does anybody know why he's mine? He's been so good to me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, he is mine. Oh, yes, he is. This is my story. This is my song. This is my song. Praising my Savior all the day, all the day, all the day long, all the day long.
behalf of the Department of Education, our honoree for the spring of 2023 is Mr. Gregory D. Rigsby. Now, if you want to hear a motivational story about how it's never too late to become a scholar, talk to Gregory Rigsby. Affectionately known to everyone as Billy Bob, Mr. Rigsby hails from Durham, North Carolina, and is junior, majoring in our health and physical education. He is a student athlete who plays football and served on the student athlete leadership team. We hate that he sat down, but I think we all know who he's still. The English Department honoree for spring 2023 is Miss Akila Williams. Akila Williams is a sophomore presidential scholar, originally from Madison, Mississippi. As an English major, Akila already aspires to further education and obtain her PhD in curriculum and administration so that she can pursue a career to be a superintendent or work for the Board of Education. Akila currently serves as the president of the Student Global Leadership Fellows Institute and was part of the Alpha class. Akila is also a member of Pi Lambda Theta, an honor society that recognizes outstanding students who intend to pursue careers in education. She will be inducted into the Lambda Lambda chapter of Sigma Tau Delta English Honor Society next month. Congratulations again, Akila. The Department of Professional Studies Gateway Access Hub is pleased to present the Departmental Award for Religious Studies for Academic Excellence to Ms. Brittany Giles. Ms. Giles is a Raleigh, North Carolina native and is currently an intensive behavior teacher at Riverbend Middle School here in Wake County. Additionally, Brittany is an excited senior and will be graduating in May with her Bachelor of Arts degree in Religious Studies. She is a member of the Dean's List, President's List, and has been inducted into Alpha Sigma Lambda National Honor Society, the Sigma Pi chapter. Ms. Giles is a dedicated Christian and a community worker. Please give it up again for Ms. Brittany Giles.
Good morning. Today, as the Dean of the School of Exercise Science, I recognize Miss Victoria Spoon. Please come forward. Ms. Spoon is a member of the President's she received the President's Award. Ms. Spoon, we're glad she's here today. A game change in schedule allow her to be present with us today. She's a member of our softball team, a member of the SAC committee, a very outstanding young woman. I have the privilege of teaching her in one of my courses, so congratulations, Ms. Spoon. The next honoree would be Mr. Donovan Blackley. I have the privilege of teaching Mr. Blackley. I would tell you he is one of the visible students that I know, and I am proud that he is a member of the provost list. He is an outstanding young man, and he's going to do us proud in the years to come. Thank you, Mr. Blackley. Our outstanding senior could not be with us today, finished all of her coursework in December. Her name is Miss DeAndrea Vanessa Small. She should be watching the stream today from Barbados. Umbrella, umbrella. And so she is a member also of our volleyball team, ranked very high in terms of skills per set. She's a member of the SACS organization within athletics. She volunteers, just a very well access to our community, and I believe she's going to do us proud. Congratulations, Ms. Small. Thank you.
Good morning. The School of Arts, Social Sciences, and Communications is pleased to present the following awards to scholars representing the Department of Arts and Communications, Department of Criminal Justice, the Department of Psychology and Social Sciences and Professional Studies. The Department of Arts and Communications Award for Academic Excellence goes to Kensington Brown. Kensington is a junior film and interactive media major. He hails from Greensboro, North Carolina. Kensington is president of the Film Club, a member of the cycling team, and the Student Government Association. Kensington is also a son of St. Augustine's University, campus activities board member, and an active YouTuber whose videos have received over 100,000 views. Kensington helps with several productions on the campus of SAU with production and lighting, and has won 2 second-place medals and a third-place medal in the BHB Cross Central 2022 race series. Kensington Brown, congratulations. The Department of Psychology and Social Sciences Award for Academic Excellence goes to Celia Mather. Celia is a junior psychologist, the secretary. Celia is a St. Augustine's University Chapel Scholar and regularly volunteers at Habitat for Humanity, where she has received awards for outstanding performance. Congratulations, Celia. The Department of Criminal Justice Award for Academic Excellence goes to Ariana White. Ariana is a junior from Newark, New Jersey. Ariana will be a 2023 inductee into the Alpha Phi Sigma National Criminal Justice Honor Society, and she's an active participant in this year's Cold Case Investigative Program. Ariana is a member of the SAU Student Government Association, the SAU Campus Activities Board, and a member of the Student Global Fellowship Leadership Institute, and a member of Daughters of St. Augustine's University. Congratulations, Ariana. The Department of Professional Studies Gateway Access Hub is pleased to present the Department Award for Criminal Justice for Academic Excellence to Weiser Leviticus Johnson. Weiser is a native of Phoenix City, Alabama. He owns his own construction company and is a graduating senior. Weiser is a proud member of the Phoenix Lodge, number 428, Prince Hall Masonic Temple in Phoenix City, Alabama. Weiser recently completed an internship with Wake County Pretrial Services and is a member of Sigma Lambda National Honor Society, Dean's List since 2019, and a member of the President's List. Congratulations, Weiser. The School of Arts, Social Sciences, and Communications is pleased to present the Senior Award to Ms. Morgan Penny. Morgan is a criminal justice major. She hails from Raleigh, North Carolina. Morgan is an SAU Judicial Review Board student member. She's recently completed the Justice Honor Society, Alpha Phi Sigma. And Morgan has recently received word that she has full scholarship to the North Carolina Central University School of Law, full scholarship to the Southern University Law Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, full scholarship to the Thurgood Marshall School of Law at Texas Southern University, and a partial scholarship to the Campbell University School of Law. Congratulations, Morgan.
Good morning. All right, the School of Business Management and Technology has about 400 students in it. It's tough to get one of these awards that I'm going to talk about here today, but we are pleased to present 5 department awards and our Outstanding Senior Award. The first award I'm going to present is for the Extended Studies Department, our Department of Organizational Management. The award goes to Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams works full-time at the North Carolina Department of Treasury while going to school. He's been a common member on the Dean's President's List. He's an Alpha Sigma Lambda National Honor Society member. He is a December graduate with his organizational management degree, but decided to hang on because he had a little extra time in between. Said, I'll get a criminal justice degree too here, and we'll be coming out in the spring with one of those as well. Congratulations, Patrick. Next, let's go with the Sport Management Department. We are pleased to present Sean Calawan, who hails from Jamaica, a senior. Sean is in the Sport Management Alliance. Many of you know him as a St. Augustine's University track and field team member. He's an All-American. As part of that 4x400 team. He's also a Division II athletic scholar honoree, a Truist Emerging Leadership Certification member, and last summer he was a commercial product manager intern at Lenovo. Congratulations, Sean. Our next department award goes to Robert Edwards from the accounting department. Robert is not here this morning because they moved up the track meet, and so he's probably at mile 2 in his 5K. But Robert hails from Bermuda, and he's the treasurer of the National Association of Black Accountants. He's also, as you know, the distance runner on the track team, and has been top ranked in the CIW. The next award is for our Computer Information Systems Department, and it goes to Bernard Zandanda from Zimbabwe. Bernard has been a member of recently back from the HBCU Battle of the Brains, where he was actually the team captain for our first time in the Battle of the Brains. He was also the team captain for the HP Business Dean's case study, the first place team out of all the HBCUs. He's a NABA member. He's been a GitHub scholar. He's interned at Brightly, Lenovo, and last year at Credit Suisse. And in August, he accepted after that internship a full-time offer with Credit Suisse, and he's supposed to be going to help straighten out that organization here in the fall. Congratulations, Bernard. Every now and then we pull up a junior for one of the department awards, and in this particular instance, in a very competitive field, we've pulled up a junior to receive the department award for business administration. And that award recipient goes to Brianna Dorway. Brianna, she's a junior from Orlando, Florida. She's also a member of, and one of the officers of NABA. She's part of the Campus Activities Board, one of the founding members of the SAU Women's Rowing Team, obviously an Honors College recipient, one of the newest members of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, a Delta Nu Delta Honor Society scholar. She interned at Wells Fargo last summer and was part of, was the real reason that Wells Fargo actually invested $10,000 into our NABA chapter here. She's also was Miss School of Business Management and Technology, a truest emerging leader, and today she's also going to receive the North Carolina Association of CPA Scholarship Award right after this ceremony. Congratulations, Brianna. So the only business before me is to name the outstanding senior for the School of Business Management and Technology, and there's probably no surprise, it goes to Bracia Bird from Sewell, Virginia. Bracia's obviously a graduating senior in business administration. She's the 72nd Miss St. Augustine's University, a 3-year athlete on the women's basketball team, captain, Delta Mu Delta Honor Society president, Alpha Kappa Mu Honor Society, a NABRA member, an MLT fellow, an Anna scholar. She's interned at Toshiba last semester, Walt Disney, a truest emerging leader scholar, featured on the cover of Business Mogul magazine, and is evaluating one of 5 or 6 offers that she has for her career post St. Augustine University. Congratulations, Bracia. And thank you to all the business school scholars.
I represent the School of Mathematics and Allied Health, Sciences and Allied Health. We have 3 departments in there. Our first awardee goes to the Department of Biological and Physical Sciences. Would like to recognize Ms. Daryl Wright. She here? Ms. Wright is a native of Nassau, Bahamas. She's a senior major in biology. Ms. Wright has consistently placed on the President's Provost Dean's list. She interned at North Carolina State University Summer Research 2022 and Elove Mentoring Inc. 2021. She's a member of Daughters of SAU, so I think her mother went to school here. She's also a proud member of the Superior Sound Matching Band and a chapel scholar. Congratulations, Ms. Wright. Our second awardee goes to the Department of Public Health. Would like to recognize Ms. Delia Rodriguez Diaz. Ms. Rodriguez is a native of Telar, Honduras. She is a senior major in public health. She has consistently placed on the President's Provost Dean's list. She completed a 2022 Diversity Summer Internship Program at Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. She is a certified CDC and DPP lifestyle coach by Virginia Center of Diabetes and Prevention and Education. She's also a certified community health ambassador by Duke Cancer Center. Her post-graduation is fascinating. She has been accepted to 2 master's programs in public health, one in population, family, and reproductive health, that is at Johns Hopkins, Bloomberg School of Public Health, and also at Yale Public School of Health. Congrats, Ms. Rodriguez. Our third awardee is from the Department of Mathematics, Sina Way Nkosi Ndove, aka the professor. Mr. Ndove is a native of Bulawayo, Zimbabwe. He's a senior major in engineering mathematics. He has equally constantly placed on the president's, provost, and dean's list consistently. He has a lot of achievement. This guy has a lot of achievement, so I can't read all of it. However, just this semester, he placed first place in the design of smart city with HBCUs. His post-graduation, and this is just a hint of his post-graduation, he has already been accepted into a PhD program in aeronautical engineering at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in New York. That's one. He's also been accepted to a PhD data science at William and Mary University. And finally, he's a peer tutor for mathematics. Congratulations, Mr. Ndov. Our outstanding senior award goes to another fascinating guy, Peter Musenge. Peter is a native of Lucas, Zambia. He's a senior double major, and he's a fascinating guy. He's a double major in biology and engineering mathematics. Mr. Musenge has equally consistently earned his place in the president's, provost, dean's list. He championed the STEM club over in our building there. From 2021 to 2022, he was president of the STEM club. He has done a lot of interns, but I'm just going to name a few. He interned at Stanford University School of Engineering in the summer 2022. And this summer, he will be interning with Hewlett Packard, HP, a Fortune 100 technology company. He is a tutor for math, biology, and chemistry. He currently serves on the board of trustees as student trustee at SAU. His plans for graduation is to apply to grad school, where he has already participated in pipeline programs at Stanford, Caltech, and Duke University. Congrats, Peter. Thank you.
All right, I'll come back to deliver one more award. As you know, our adult education program, Extended Studies, has 3 programs, and 2 of the award recipients are there. We have a 3rd degree, Religious Studies Award, and for that department, Xavier Wiggins is the honoree this year. Xavier hails from Barbados, and he's been on the Dean's List for 8 semesters, the President's List, Alpha Sigma Lambda National Honor Society, as well as being a member. And I regularly see him on TV, not on the golf course. He's also was captain of the Barbados men's golf team in 2022. So we also, even though he's not here, is Mr. Wiggins here? We do want to make sure that we recognize him. Thank you.
Good morning. When a falcon spreads its wings with vision and with faith and with the mission, it will always reach new heights. I'm Dr. Shawnee Lewis, Dean of the School of Graduate Studies, and I will be presenting 2 awards, one for the Master of Public Administration program and one for the School of Graduate Studies. So would Ronald L. Mitchell II please come up, and Cynthia Renee Whitney please come up. Now, Ronald L. Mitchell has the highest GPA in the program. He is featured on our website. He's from Raleigh, North Carolina, U.S. Army veteran, former president of Alpha Kappa Mu, and also Alpha Sigma Lambda Honor Society. Cynthia Renee Whitney receives the award for Exemplary Graduate Scholar. And let me get back to Ronald here. He receives the award for Exceptional Performance in Academics. Now, Cynthia shows above and beyond commitment to the program. She alone has recruited 5 students for the master's program. She was on the website. She currently serves as the president of Wake Alumni Chapter, lifetime member of National Alumni Association of St. Augustine's University, and on the National Council.
Let's give all the honorees another round of applause. Now, these are truly scholars who, upon graduation, will be making some serious dollars. And we know for sure, Dr. McPhail and Dr. Carter, that some of those hard-earned dollars will be donated back to dear old St. Augustine's University. Correct, scholars? The place where you all learn how to fly. So we will now have a special presentation by Dr. Janelle Jennings-Alexander. Dr. Jennings-Alexander.
Centered mindset required to take a complex challenge in today's world. Students of all majors and all academic levels, from first years to PhDs, from institutions across the globe, work together to shape the future of education through this program. St. Augustine's University was privileged to have 3 students selected for this prestigious award. Marcus Davis, Kevin Collins Nelson, Peter Masenge, will you all please come forward? The University Innovation Fellows Program is hosted by the Design School at Stanford University, and as part of that award, these students are honored through a formal pinning ceremony that acknowledges their momentous achievement.
I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the leadership that we have in the room. So I want to call attention to our university cabinet members, those who are able to attend. Would Vice President Key, Vice President Carter, Vice President McClellan, and Vice President King please stand so that we can acknowledge you. And I also want to take the special opportunity to thank Elizabeth Valoria, who has organized all of this that we saw today. So, Ms. Valoria. So I now have the pleasure of introducing our fearless leader for some closing remarks. The young lady who has set the vision that we follow. The woman who leads with both her head and her heart. The woman who has crisscrossed this country telling everybody how great it is to be a Falcon. Our 13th university president, Dr. Christine Johnson McPhail.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. What a beautiful sight. What a beautiful sight to see so many brilliant minds come together. And we are honored that you selected St. Augustine's University to be your course to continue your path in higher education. I'm speechless. There are no additional remarks to say about today. the type of awards, the brilliance that these scholars have demonstrated leads the way. It absolutely leads the way. Marcus Garvey is known to say that what humans have done, humans can do, and you have absolutely, absolutely demonstrated that there are new pathways, new eras of excellence in higher education. Yesterday, a reporter asked me, with all of the universities in North Carolina, 10 HBCUs, what would you say that makes you distinctively different from those other institutions? Scholars, please stand up so I can demonstrate what makes us so distinctively different. This product, you are our story. You are our future. You are our present, and you are in our future. And thank you so very much for allowing St. Augustine's University to be your pathway to further excellence. You may be seated. Every day, scholars like these and other students walk through this campus. Sometimes they may meet me if I'm on the campus. They may meet one of the deans or vice presidents. But since the deans are actively engaged in teaching, you will see them. But there are other people behind the scenes every day working to keep our university bold, robust, vigorous, and active. I'm going to ask all of the staff in the room that's here, faculty and staff, please stand. You are the wings beneath these scholars. You're here every day with these doors open, and we're so grateful for your love and support of this university. So my last remarks to the group, parents, supporters, do you have any of you in the room? Any parents, supporters? Yes, yes. We love you. We love you. You help us tell our story. Thank you so very much. I do want to say something to you, scholars, whether you're a senior that's leaving and going on to the next steps, or you'll be here with us next year. I want to leave you with this. Live. L-I-V-E. Live. Continue to learn. Continue to be excited about learning. Some of you just have that next book that you want to write. Some of you have some poetry that you want to write. Most of you have some dynamic stories to tell that could inspire some other people. And that's what I want you to do with that I, inspire. Continue to inspire yourselves and inspire other people. And the V in the idea about living is be your own voice. You have something to say, and you should be the one to say it. Your voice makes a difference. Help us tell St. Augustine's story, but tell yours more importantly. And the E, we want you to continue that enthusiasm for living. Don't give up that vitality. Continue to live, live, live. Falcons are no ordinary birds. So thank you for selecting St. Augustine's University, and continue to Falcons fly forward, higher and higher and higher. Help us tell that story globally. Thank you so very much.
Words are in our program.
our common humanity. Give us the power to bring justice more fully into the world and the grace to tend wisely to one another and all of creation. And in doing so, we ask that you bless all our days and guide our futures. Go now. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you. This concludes our program. Honorees, please stay back so that we can take pictures. Again, thank you.